Hello everybody and welcome to the FACEIT TV Profiles. This first episode will be with Strenx. What was the biggest challenge you faced in becoming a professional gamer?
What is really important in the game in order to become a professional gamer is to practice a lot, practice. Like this sentence, you already heard it by someone else, but that's pretty true. You need to practice and be confident about yourself. Even if you lose a lot of games, it's by lose that you learn a lot. So just play the most cups that you can, like FACEIT for example, and you improve day per day, and one time or another you will manage to beat the players that you always wanted to beat. And at this moment, when you manage to do it, your motivation goes up and you improve, and you start to be one of the best. I'm sure about that if you practice a lot.
How would you describe your personality?
I would describe my personality outside from the game like a normal person who like to just having fun and talking normal as other person. But when it's about the game, I'm this kind of player who is I would say ballsy, because I like to troll people, but it's not like troll being mad or whatever. It's just like controlling his mental. And when I'm talking about mental, it's like when you control the mental, it's like you control the mental. When I say that, is you play your best game because you control it, and then your opponent is not playing his game because he's just focusing about that, and he's just not playing the game he used to do. And at this moment, I abuse it, and yeah, that's why I managed to have my best game sometime against some players that are supposed to be better than me. So I just force this mental to be done for him, and at this moment, I just abuse it, as I said.
Well, what is it about you that makes you a very loved player, but also a very hated player?
I don't think it's kind of hate, because they don't really know me outside from the game. When they really know me about that, I do it on purpose, for sure. I'm the kind of guy who whine a lot, that's for sure. But I don't whine about the player I'm playing against, but I whine about myself. But I would say the guys who would hate me, not me. I would not say hate me, but the Russians. Because you know, when you try to troll some people who are untouchable, I won't tell the names, but when you try to do it, I love that, and I love to touch the untouchable, you know, and it's something really important for me. And yeah, that's how it works, and yeah, at least I do my best for that, but it's kind of a game that I'm using and that I'm doing myself, and they should not, yeah, this is what I want. If you have haters and you have lovers, that's how I live. I mean, if I didn't have haters, Strenx would not even exist, you know.
What makes you one of the best Quake Live players?
What makes me one of the best Quake Live player? I guess it's like a story of all the practice that I did and abusing the weapons that I like the most, lightning gun. And I just realized that when you manage to master a weapon that you pretty love, you can do everything you can. Like some people like Kilsen just manage to hit the rail, to hit with the rail pretty great. Some people like Cooler or Avec or Cypher just use the rocket launcher like beast, and me, I would say like lightning gun, and I try to abuse it a lot, and now I can just use situation. I can use situation when I can use it really great, and it's what I do, and I just abuse this and use the position for that, and thanks to that, it just made me one of the best players at this moment, because when you use that, then you use the brain about timing and stuff, and you just try to surprise your opponent with weapon you should not use.
Tell us about the infamous Strenx luck.
What I would say about the Strenx story, and this is true, to be honest, because the worse stuff happens to me, the better I play. For example, I could say about QuakeCon, I could say about DreamHack, I could say about other events like that. And when I managed to have bad situation, I would say sleeping outside, yeah, I did sleep outside a lot, yes, 2 times or 3 times. Without any money, and at DreamHack 2008, also QuakeCon, and I slept on the sofa because I was too tall. Cypher and Avec was sleeping on the bed and stuff like that. And then all the time when this story happened to me, I always managed to do top 2, top 3, and yeah, it's like that. And when I managed to have great condition, like sleeping on the good bed, having good drink, good water and everything great for me, then everything's bad for me. It's like I'm doing top 8, top 10, because yeah, if you want me to play my best, just give me bad condition, everything will be alright.
How does your girlfriend help you as a player? Does she time items for you, or what is her role or in her impact on you? Does she support you?
To be honest, how she helped me, I can't say because I'm with her for like 5 months and I stopped Quake at this moment. So, but yeah, when I play FACEIT, she just tried to motivate me. She just give me the kiss of luck, if you know what I mean, the kiss of luck, and yeah, I really need it. And when she give the kiss, you know, I'm like pumped up and I want to shaft everybody at this moment. And I want to prove in front of the computer and my girlfriend that I can hit a lot of stuff and having a good lighting gun, and then tell her after that when I make like 50%, I tell her like, see, I did 50%. How do you think about it? She's like, what is it? So I need to prove it, etc., etc. So it just helped me like that.
Who is your biggest rival and why?
Easy question, I would say. Back in the day, I would say Cooler, because he was the only guy who managed to, you know, when I managed to do really great online, he was the only guy who managed to just disqualify me on semi-final. I had to play him all the time. I remember IEM Hanover, IEM Kiev also. I managed to do a really good result, but I managed to lose against Cooler in semi-final. So yeah, I would say rival, because he was the only guy who gave me hard time. I mean, when I was playing my best game at this moment, even maybe Rafa and stuff, but Cooler was the more difficult for me. And yeah, it was for me the most rival, in my opinion, but not in a bad way. I would say in a good way, at least for me.
What is your most memorable achievement in esports?
I would say 2 achievements. So first of all, I would say my first event. No, I would say 3. My totally first event when I was totally unknown from the scene, when I was known as a cheater. It was USWC 2008 at Bercy. It was during the same time at USWC Masters. I couldn't qualify because of the point, but it was one of my most memorable events of my whole career, because I started to prove that I could do some good stuff in this event, and I was really happy about it, just proving that I could do really good. And also DreamHack Winter 2008, because for me, I used to be a great fan of Fox, and I'm still am, I guess. And I managed to beat him pretty easily at this moment, so I was quite surprised, and I was really happy to beat one of my legends in my eyes, and still is in my opinion. And of course, I won't forget this event, QuakeCon for sure, 2011. I guess it was my best skills that I could ever have, because I was like training over and over with Avec and Cypher, and I've learned so many stuff that was so freaking easy to remember, but it's so easy that you forget it and you don't do it. And when you are aware about it, then everything changes, and you're not afraid, you're confident about what you do, and this is it, kind of.
Your career as a professional gamer has had many ups and downs. You've had many highs, many lows. What can people learn from your story as a professional gamer?
I would say again, my 2 memorable match, I would say 2, as I said. So one as a good point and one as a bad point. So I will tell the bad point first. It was like at IEM Kiev against Cooler, when the computer went down, all the computer went down, and we had to play the same situation on T4. It was like 27 seconds left, and I had to kill him before, so streaming was waiting because they wanted to put StarCraft 2 instead, so they were telling me like, just stop losing our time, you will never kill him, because I had only ray gun, 100 HP and 0 armor. Cooler had like 100 HP and 150 armor or so, something like that. So I had to hit 3 rain in a row, and yeah, maybe 1 full shotgun, and I was like, as long as the game is not finished, you still have to believe it, and everything can happen. And it did happen. I killed him at this moment, but unfortunately it didn't work out because I couldn't manage to beat him after all. But what was one of my most memorable match, my first one, because at this moment, if I would have won this match, I will never forget it in my whole life for sure. It would be so freaking great feeling. And my second memorable match was against Rafa, DreamHack 2010 or 11, I don't remember. I guess it was the best game I could ever play. I remember I won him 3-0, but it was really my best game. I was like confident playing my game like I was used to play on the online cups. I was freaking happy about it. I couldn't do better than I did at this moment, and I hope I can do it in the future again. And it was really memorable. Doing 3-0 to Rafa is really like something that you can't forget for sure. Maybe, you know, Rafa is doing like a lot of 3-0 to me, but when I do 3-0 to him, I don't forget it for sure.
Do you feel ShootMania is a more challenging game than it gets credit for? And what makes it a fun game for you to play?
If I compare ShootMania to Quake, I would not even compare, because you can't compare a god game and a good game. For me, Quake is a god game, for sure, because I played this game since I'm 9. I'm in Quake 3 Arena, doing since the beginning of the patch 1.11, and I was playing Quake 2, Quake World also when I was 2 years old, so I was really kid there. And yeah, Quake for me is just the best game, and what makes ShootMania a fun game, I would say it's a fun game only if you have your teammates playing with you, because ShootMania is really boring if you play alone, because you don't have the information that give you mates and you don't have the tactic and stuff, so you only have fun if you play ShootMania with your teammates. And in Quake Live, even if you don't play with your teammates, you always have fun, whatever it takes. And yeah, and also it's because you have a lightning gun, as I say, and it is a weapon that is not in ShootMania, unfortunately, and I hope they will put it for sure.
So you're playing a tournament match, and something crazy happens, and you get really frustrated. You just can't focus. You lose composure, and you start raging. You get frustrated. How do you deal with those situations in a tournament?
Back in the day, it was impossible to handle my anger. When I was raging, it was my biggest problem, and I would say thanks to ShootMania, because I'm not like that anymore, for sure. I would say like special thank you to EP and Luxis for that. It's like when I was younger, when I was raging, I couldn't play any good game after that. I was like raging at like, there is a story about DreamHack 2011. Yeah, if I remember well. For sure, before this event, even before I was raging, I'm sure I could be top 2, top 3 minimum, really minimum, because I knew my skill there. I was playing with Cypher there. I was winning most of the time. I was really confident about it, but some stuff happened, like Rafa did 90% in rage to me. It was like, wow. And then I started to rage, and now I couldn't handle it before, but now I can, and yeah, now it's a good improvement now, I would say, really good improvement, because the less you rage, the better you play, and that's why I would say like most of players like Evil or most of Rafa don't rage a lot, and that's why they're the best in my opinion.
So who is the most underrated player in Quake Live, in your eyes?
Yes, I would say the most underrated player, in my opinion, I would say Sparty, and I will tell you why. Sparty, I was playing with him for 4 years with Fnatic and stuff, and the problem with Sparty is like he's doing the same mistake over and over. And I know his skill, I know what he's capable of, and when he's playing his best game, I tell you right now, for me, he's the best player ever that you could never met. I mean, when he's hitting all his shots, his rail, his rocket, his lightning gun and stuff, you can't beat him. But it's really rare, but when it happens, nobody can beat him. And the problem of Sparty there, when he's hitting everything, he's just too confident at this moment, and that's why he's not playing the game he used to play. So most of the time he fails, unfortunately, and that's why he's the kind of player that is really underestimated because of that. Because I can really tell you that when he's playing his best game, he just can be the best, really, really. He just have to be careful when he should be. And yeah, it's like special message to Sparty. If you're not too much confident with your rail and stuff and playing your game, when you hit your rail, you can do really the best, and it's what you prove a lot of time. And just keep moving and don't rush people when you're 1 HP and 200 armor, that as you do all the time. Just rush when you feel that you can, and not with only 1 HP. So yeah, Sparty is the most underestimated player for sure.